Hello YouTube, Trinity TCG here, back with another deck profile for Cardfight Vanguard. Today I'll be giving you a deck I've had since the very start of D, which I'll pull off my shelf because I keep one as display only. We'll be giving you a Bruce deck profile. Here's my display for Bruce. The old starter deck, I've been playing it since the Overdress released. I've been very loyal to this deck. I even coped on the grade 4 build until about the end of Jet format, which like set 7, 8 was when I stopped playing grade 4 Bruce. Finally put that deck to sleep because it's too slow. I firmly believe if the Spirit Ride gave us Final Rush going second instead of 15k shield, that grade 4 Bruce could actually be viable, or at least somewhat. But it's not the world we live in. Our Spirit Ride sucks. Thanks, Bushy. Anyway, this is not about grade 4 Bruce. That deck is in the dumpster, dismantled, until we actually get solid support or dedicated grade 4 support. Right now, we're going to be discussing Viamance Bruce, the only deck I have a DSR for. I got it in trade when it came out. Really like this card. If you go, it's a very heavy go second deck. It puts you in Final Rush in your first grade 3 turn, but it also, as long as all your units are Diabolos, and if your opponent's grade 3, you go into Final Burst. So we have the grade 3 Viamance Bruce, and then your standard Diabolos ride line with Steve, Matt, and Richard. Just standard Diabolos units. That is it for the ride line. If you're unfamiliar, standard draw on go set. When you go second draw, Steve, when you ride, you move this card to the back row and soul charge. Richard puts him back into soul and draw, and then you go into Diabolos Bruce. Next, we'll move on with the deck profile. We play 3 copies of the Persona Ride target. I do want to get these a higher rarity, but with so many decks to update and so many profiles to give you, I'm okay with the 3 basic ones I have. If I find a time, I will eventually, but 3 Persona Rides, you're a deck that once you hit decent numbers without it, but to really finish off your opponent, you do sometimes need that Persona Ride. So I'll move that to the side. Next, we have the best card in the entire deck, Diabolos Diver Julian. This card is when you're in Final Rush, Counterblast, Soul Charge, equal number of damage you have times 2, and choose a card from your soul and call it to rear. Basically, you want to be at 4 damage, you want to Counterblast 1, Soul Charge 2, and call 2 combo units to soul. He is part of your combo. I will go over at the end of the video. I'm going to speed through this profile. Next, my Regalis piece of choice is my Radiant Caliburn. This is, you can probably run Chalice or whatever you want, Twin Cast, depending on your meta. Angel Ladder is good too. But I think Caliburn is just really good for this deck in particular, because we have a counter charger now with the promo, so the counter charge isn't as needed as it used to be. Screw Greg, by the way, that card sucks. Anyway, but the draw 2 to see your combo pieces is so helpful in this deck. Now here's a tech choice I go for. A lot of players use Eden, but I value Patrick's. I had a double FRs that I pulled in packs. Patrick is basically your board wiper. He's gonna be a 20k beater, so he's bigger than Eden. He also forces your opponent to guard. So if your opponent doesn't want to guard with, like, say, their cards early, you use him and get the cards off the board. It's a really good card. You can get rid of, kind of throw out their guard and their math over the turn, and just get rid of problematic units that you normally can't answer instead of Eden on hit. But Eden +1 crit is nice. I do have 2. I had 2 SP Edens. I think I traded them off this week for 4th SP Susanoo, or not SP Susanoo, but the signed one with the stamp, show me your strength. But yeah, I've had those forever. Next, we're playing only 3 Jamil. You can run this at 4 if you really want. 3 has been working out just fine. I see no issues. It's Counterblast 1, Soul Charge, and choose a card from your soul and call it. I believe it has to be Diabolos, and you have to have, or Vanguard Bruce. It's been a minute since I read it, but basically you're calling something from your soul, and he gets 5k extra shield when you're in Final Burst. So he's a 20k attacker that's also a 10k shield. Next, the rest of the reason we're not maxing him out is because we're maxing out more in combo. We're running 4 Genos and 4 Eli for the rest of the Bolos grade 2s. This is your best playmaker. He is your early Russ. He is your booster. He energy last 3, put a card from your deck into the soul, and then call something upgrade equal to your Vanguard, so it gets your momentum going. He has Soul Blast 2 to restand him. At the end of turn, you can put to soul and add a normal unit, so you can recycle PGs, Persona Ride, or a combo piece you need for later. That is it for the Bolos units. It's grade 2s. Next, I'm running a card that I think you can't really play without. If you want to, you can, but I really think since you're a Ghost second deck, you want this for Tizcar. If you have it, you run it. Like, this card is game-changing for me. It keeps this deck wants to dig through its deck to see its pieces, honestly. And this card will get you there. You have to be careful about your counterblast and your energy when you're using this card, but this deck also can struggle defensively, so just being able to top deck into something you need and knock out of the combo piece is just incredible. And a well-timed Tizcar, an early game Tizcar, just keeps your hand like 9 to 10 cards, and it's really valuable. So if you have her, run her. If not, there's plenty of ways to supplement her, but I picked it off a friend, so I have it. Next, if you really wanted to, you could run 4 of this, but I'm running a 3-3 split. 3 seems to work out just perfectly for me since I'm on Tizcar. So Diablo Straggler Orlando, and 3 copies of the new promo Knees. He is our counter charger, and he gets cards back from our drops from the soul. This is the card you need to do 9 attacks. You combo this, and I'll do a combo instruction at the end of the video. And lastly, for the grade 1s, 4 perfect guards. You could run Elementaria if you want to. I do not. I'm sick of going through all the decks. I have two or 3 Elementarias, but they're in other decks right now. And honestly, it doesn't hurt this deck not to have Elementaria, since you can add a normal unit from the soul off of Gino if you really need it. So just being able to randomly soul charge this off of Julian or your Richard, or not Richard, but Steve, and add it back later is just really valuable. So yeah, there's that. And now we'll move on to trigger lineup. Also, thank God they printed this promo. Thank God we have a counter charger now that you can kill. If you wondered, you can actually counter charge in battle phase now by killing this in your front row. He's an 18k attacker, 28 on Persona ride turn, and you kill it off to counter charge using his skill. So he's a pretty good beater too. Moving on to trigger lineup. I play red OT. You could make arguments for other OTs. I think red OT is the best OT in this deck. It turns you from a 9 attack deck or a 5 attack deck into a 6 attack to 10 attack deck. It's really good. Next, we run 3 fronts because I like the Diablo's names, and I don't really see draw triggers because I run Tizcar. Next, we're running 4 crit, 4 Diabolos crit. I have another foil somewhere, and 4 heals, Diabolos. Just because in a pinch, you want to call triggers to finish the game sometime. And that is it for the deck profile. I will now do a quick combo guide. So what I have is, let me get the units here. Boom, boom. It doesn't really matter. Say that's in my drop zone. See, I have this, Jamil. See, Jamil's here. This is here. This is back here. And screw it, I called Steve from Soul. Then I called him. I put this, no wait, no. I know I was forgetting something for a second there. Got a little ahead of myself. Where's he at? The most important thing. Boom. Say that to myself. So here's the formation. Alright, and say we're on a Persona ride turn. Because normally when you do this, you can do it going first to get some momentum, but you want to be on a Persona ride turn to do it the second time you do it if you do it again. So we'll say I'm on a Persona. We'll keep this on Vanguard. My soul is probably bigger than that, but it's whatever. We're not worried about that. So we're going to swing 28 to Vanguard, 18 on non-Persona. Okay, you're in Final Burst. You're going to swing Vanguard. We're going to be at 4 damage. You're going to be at like 4 damage. So we'll say we're at 4 damage here. Okay, just put some damage over there. So we got this. This will be 20, 30k on Persona. End of battle. You kill these 2 off. Boom. His effect, counter charge by soul blasting something. So we'll soul blast the Persona ride. Probably something else, but that's not the point here. We promote Julian. Say Steve or the other guy was behind him. Doesn't really matter here. Probably in this case, this is not Steve. Probably it's going to be like this card, but we'll move him up here. We'll boost. We'll use his skill, counter blast. We'll soul charge 2. Just take it from the top deck here. We'll choose 2 units from our soul and call them to rear. Boom, boom. So in this case, it's probably more like this, and we're calling this off the soul. All right, then we're going to swing with this card. So again, this was a 15k booster, 28k attack. If we're at 5 damage, it's a perfect number, but it's going to be 2k off perfect number. It's going to get plus 8. That's fine. This will swing. This is minimum 23. If it's Persona, it'll be a perfect 33. That's what I mean by the numbers are kind of wonky. Then we'll swing with this. This is always your weakest swing of the turn at 21. If you wanted to run Stephanie, you could, but Stephanie gets removed so easily. I don't run her. I focus on more rear guard pressure. You swing Vanguard, and then his skill stands him up by soul blasting 2 cards. Boom, boom. Then you do twin drive. They got 5K, 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 5K. Swing again, and swing again. And that's basically the combination. You hit them really hard, and at end of turn, Gino goes back to your soul, and you can add him back, or in most cases, you're going to add either him, his car, perfect guard, or a combo piece, whatever you really need in the situation. That's it for the deck profile. I hope you enjoyed the combo analysis for Bruce. I tried to do it as fast as I could. I'm trying to get a new camera. I bought a tripod. Unfortunately, I don't have a stand right now. So thank my wife for doing this amazing video. And I hope you enjoyed the deck profile. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.